Well, hi everyone. I'm Brad Free. This is the SoCal report where the sun has returned to the state of California. We have had more than 11 inches of rain in the month of January in Arcadia, and it has really wreaked havoc with the racing program out at Santa Anita. Field sizes have been down. The turf course has been unused in nearly 2 weeks. But that's all behind us. We have a good weekend up ahead. The grass racing returns on Saturday and a terrific card on Saturday as well. It's the California Cup program. 5 stakes races for cowbreds. Of course, the best cowbred of all time is running Saturday in Florida. That would be California Chrome. But it will be nice to have grass racing again out at Santa Anita. We're going to take a look at 3 of the stakes races on the Cal Cup program. But before we do that, I want to talk a little bit about field size. I mentioned how the lack of grass racing and the weather has caused a reduction in field size. In fact, so far this meet, dirt races have averaged just slightly more than 7 entrants per race, whereas on grass, the average field size is more than 9. So does field size really make a difference? Absolutely it does. Over the first 4 weeks of the meet, we're just about 4 weeks into the meet. Let's go ahead and take a look at the median win payoff listed by field size. Median means half higher, half lower. It's a more indicative statistic than average. So the median win payoff in 5 and 6 horse fields, well, you can see it's pretty soft, $5.40. In 7 horse fields, the payoffs go up, $7.80 median, 8 horse field, $8.20. And then we start getting into the 9 and 10 horse fields. 9 horse fields, 9 starter fields, median payoff $14.80. 10 horse fields, $15.20. Okay, it goes down a little bit for 11 and 12 horse fields. I think that's a statistical aberration because we have only had 8 races this meet with 11 starters, only 6 races with 12 starters. So when we get up into the 9 and 10 horse fields, you can see the payoffs are double digits, $14.80 and $15.20. And on Saturday at Santa Anita, 5 of the 9 races have 9 or more starters, including several of the grass races. So it looks like it could be an outstanding card on which to gamble. And we'll go ahead and take a look at some of the races on the Cal Cup program. Let's start off with race number 5. It's the California Cup Oaks. A mile on grass for 3-year-old fillies. And the morning line favorite is number 9, Surcat Sally. She's the 9-5 favorite based on 2 blowout wins. She dominated her debut, winning by 5 lengths. And then trainer Jerry Hollendorfer stretched her out to 2 turns at Los Alamitos in the Soviet Problem, and she absolutely demolished her rivals. She won by 12 lengths. She has a real smooth way of going, this filly does. She's a daughter of Surfcat out of a mare named Sister Sally. Now, if she wins by 5 and wins by 12 and has the highest speed figures in the Cal Cup Oaks field, the question is, why is she not a complete and total standout? The reason is this. It's because those 2 races were on dirt, and on Saturday, Surcat Sally will be running on grass for the first time. Now, her sire, Surfcat, is a notorious underachiever when it comes to siring grass horses. In fact, only 1 of his 21 grass starters won their turf debut, 3 for 54 overall. That might be reason enough to knock Surcat Sally until you start looking at the bottom side of her pedigree, and she's out of an in-excess mare named by the name of Sister Sally is her name, and she actually won 2 of 5 starts on grass. So some conflicting signals with regards to pedigree and Surcat Sally. I can tell you this, the Hollendorfer camp would love it if this race would come off grass and be run on the main track. That's not going to happen. If it was on dirt, she would be a slam dunk. But on grass, there is enough uncertainty to perhaps suggest that number 9 Surcat Sally might be vulnerable, not only on pedigree and surface, but also because of the pace scenario. There is all kinds of speed in this 10-horse field. It's a big field. Cash Prize has speed. Champiano Pasadino has speed. So does Audio's Call, Miss Sunset, My Pyromancer is tactical, and number 10, Princess Roy. Lots of speed in this field. The best horse in the race is Surcat Sally. I'm just going to say this. I would not want to single her in the pick 5 based on what I just said. The surface and the pace scenario do not work to Surcat Sally's advantage. I think she's the most probable winner. I think the public will agree she's the horse to beat, but she might not be the horse on which to wager. Okay, let's go ahead and turn the page and look at the next race on the card. It's race number 6 and a small field in the California Cup Sprint, $150,000 Cal Cup Sprint at 6 furlongs. And this field is likely to be reduced from 7 down to 6. I expect number 3, Senator Robert, to scratch. So we're looking at a short field of 6, and the morning line favorite down on the inside, that's number 1, Solid Wager. Well, his name probably does not apply in this race because I don't think there are too many solid wagers in 6-horse fields, but he is the best horse in the race, the class of the field, and his most recent start was a Grade 3 victory in the Grade 3 Midnight Loot Stakes. It was run over a wet track at Santa Anita. The pace was wicked up front, 21-2, 43-2. The front runners knocked themselves out, and here comes Solid Wager swooping down the middle of the track on the outside, and he was up right on the line to dead heat for the victory with his stablemate, St. Joe Bay. Solid Wager is in career best form here, to 98 Beyer speed figure in that race. He's the horse to beat in a race that sets up for his closing style. There's enough speed in here to set it up for him. Jimmy Bouncer will be forwardly placed, so will Tough But Nice, Well Measured, Acceptance, and Richard's Boy on the outside. These are all horses that do their running on or near the front end. The best horse in the race is Solid Wager. He's also a horrible price in a small field. That's the problem with betting into small fields. You very rarely get a payoff. I expect Solid Wager to win this race. I also expect to be watching this race with no financial investment at all. I just don't like 9 to 5 shots in 6-horse fields. On to the centerpiece race of the day. It's race number 7. And by the way, the California Cup Turf Classic that I'll be talking about momentarily will be run after the $12 million Pegasus at Gulfstream Park. There's a big time frame span in between races 6 and 7 on Saturday at Santa Anita so that everybody in California can watch Arrogate and California Chrome throw it down in the inaugural Pegasus. So there's a big time span into race number 7, which, by the way, kicks off the late pick 4. And before I forget, I will be filing a pick 4 play for DRF.com a little bit later on Friday, sometime Friday, maybe early Saturday. So go ahead and take a look at DRF.com for my pick 4 play. And one of the horses that definitely will be on my ticket is the favorite in the Cal Cup Turf Classic. His name is Ashley Love Sugar. And if not for the layoff and if not for the 1 1/8 distance, I would say that this horse was a standout, but he probably wants a little bit farther than a 1 1/8. And he's coming in off a 2-month layoff, and his most recent start was a little bit suspect. He just got blown away by a horse that he had soundly defeated previously. That was Texas Royano. But 3 starts back, when Ashley Love Sugar was at the top of his game, over the Santa Anita Turf Course in fall, he ran away and won the Grade 2 John Henry over Texas Royano by a half length. He was given a short freshening. He has trained well for Pete Yurton into his comeback. And Ashley Love Sugar, in my opinion, is the horse to beat. He's the 8 to 5 favorite, so I'm not alone in that sentiment. The horse that I'm going to take a stand against, and I could be making a big mistake here, is the second choice, and that's number 6, What a View. He's the speed of the race, speed of the field. He's dropping out of graded company, facing, I'd like to say he's dropping in class, but this field actually came up tough. I think 5 of the 10 entrants are graded stakes winners. To me, What a View is not the horse that he was last year when he won this very race over a course that had some give to it. And then he went on a tear. He won 4 in a row, including a Grade 1 and a Grade 3. I don't think that What a View is the same horse that he was a year ago. And if he wins this race in wire-to-wire fashion, which he very well could, I'm probably going to be knocked out of the pick 4 in the very first leg. There are a couple of long shots that I will be using along with Ashley Love Sugar, including number 7, He Will, whose last start was an 8th place finish, but it was a better than looked 8th in a turf sprint that was nothing more than a prep race for the Cal Cup Turf Classic. And number 8, Patriots Rule. This horse runs well fresh. He was compromised by a course profile that favored speed during the fall meet. They backed off on Patriots Rule, pointed for this race. He's going to fire first start back. And if this course plays fair, and there's no reason in my opinion that it won't, I expect Patriots Rule to give a good account of himself at 8-1, and the same for He Will, also at 8-1. But the horse to beat in the Cal Cup Turf Classic is number 1, Ashley Love Sugar. He is definitely, in my opinion, the class of the field and the most likely winner. The sun is out in California. The main track is fast. The turf course, well, I'm not sure if it's going to be firm or good, but we're back on grass Saturday at Santa Anita. A good card on the California Cup program. Good luck on Saturday. I'm Brad Free. This is the SoCal Report. Talk to you next time.